My younger sister, 28 female, had surgery 3 years ago to reconstruct her hymen.
As in, okay. What? Wait, okay.
She was a very active fornicator in her younger years, but turned to God 4 years ago and joined a church where she met her now husband, 35, of 2 years.
Okay.
He is a kind and generous man for the most part, but he has some views I would label misogynistic.
Right.
And views me, his wife's unmarried sister of 31 years, as pitiable, since I have a 5-year-old child. My sister recently received the fantastic news that she is pregnant with their first child. He is over the moon and keeps talking about his virgin queen becoming a mother, despite the fact that, of course, he and her have consummated the marriage. The thing that upsets me is that it is I who is in fact the virgin.
Have you got a kid?
Alright, pretty privilege is a real thing, especially in women. The prettier the woman, the more bullshit she gets away with. And if you think I'm lying, go ask the next prettier woman you run into how many things she gets paid for. From going to the bars, the speeding tickets, free coffee while she's waiting in the line, free flights, you know what I'm saying, right? They get away with a lot of bullshit. And at the same time, by this I mean like, she can cheat on her man, she can disrespect him, and depending on the dude, most of the time the dude ends up forgiving her or taking her back, right? Especially if she's really pretty, right? The prettier the woman, the more bullshit she gets away with, right? So men need to step up. They need to stop being all so soft on these women, right? On these pretty women, right? They have to stand their ground. If they're getting disrespected, they have to correct it right there, right? This is the main reason why these women are growing up so entitled, because nobody's checking them. Like, pretty women get treated like spoiled brats, you know? They get everything they want, whatever they need, you know, and then they can act unapologetically rude and disrespectful, and that kind of behavior is tolerated by a lot of men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's correcting this, and this is a problem. This is why men need to stop being so soft and have a soft spot for these type of women, right? They gotta treat them exactly how they would treat an ugly woman. As sad as it is to say, like, you gotta treat every one of them equally, right? Do not treat this one just because she's pretty. Do not give her special treatment than the other one. No, you gotta treat them all the same, right? And I mean, you also gotta have boundaries set in place, and you gotta have the balls to walk away when you're getting disrespected, no matter how pretty she is, no matter, you know, if you think you're not gonna get her like another one like her, if she looks like Megan Fox or Kylie Jenner, it doesn't matter, man. You know what I'm saying, right? So anyways, man, we got another video here, another reaction. Make sure to click the like button, subscribe, and let's go.
The video that I'm about to show you, just pay attention to the first girl's reaction. Just pay attention to her reaction.
Pops? You have some pops here? Okay, okay. So we have some pops here. Let's figure out. Let's go ahead and make our way and figure out why they popped your balloons. All right.
All bro did was walk out. He said, "I'm 29 and I'm an engineer," and they just started popping their balloons. Her reaction is my reaction, because what do y'all want? What do you want? Engineers make good money. He 29. Old boy wasn't even ugly, if I'm keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Now, I understand he ain't everybody's cup of tea, but I can see if it was... Come on, we all know what unattractive to most people looks like. He wasn't even that, but like, this how I know that y'all don't even know what you want. Look at this.
I don't have a reason. I can't give you an honest reason. I don't know. You handsome. I just don't know.
I don't have a reason. I find you attractive. You are handsome and everything. I just don't know. So you just pop somebody's balloon. As soon as they walk in, you say he's attractive and everything else. Your words are, I just don't know. What are we doing?
Like, look at that, man. 29 and an engineer, and you have these women popping balloons. Like he said, like he cleans toilet or something, or he's a dishwasher. You know what I'm saying? Engineer is such a good career. But look at these women, right? This goes on to show that women are just always looking for ways to disqualify you. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you do, bro. You could be making like 6 figures, just as long as you're maybe short, a couple inches shorter than her, boom, she's going to disqualify you. You know what I'm saying, right? Like she's not going to give you credit for what you have, for what you've achieved. You could be like the perfect 10. She's going to look for something wrong with you, right? Like maybe your ears are sticking out a little bit, boom. Now she ain't interested. And another thing is also like, women tend to follow each other. So right, when one woman choose to pop the balloon, the other one follows. When the two of them start going in sync, the third one follows, the fourth one follows. They even stop making rational, logical decisions, Like, you know what I'm saying? They won't even ask themselves why they're popping it in the first place. They're just copying their friends. And that's the same thing, right? Like when you guys go dating, right? Like just because her friend doesn't like you, all of a sudden she doesn't like you. She has no reason not to like you, but because her friend doesn't like you, now she's riding the train. She doesn't like you as well, right? That's how it goes, right? They all stick together as a pack. That's the dating you got nowadays, right? That's the type of relationships. Like this woman here said that she has no idea why she popped the balloon. She couldn't even come up with a reason, bro.
Harvey. 100% like her nasty mama. Narcissistic sociopath. She learned from her mama.
Yo, crazy.
If you know the history on her mama.
Yeah, it's bad.
Allegedly dealing with 2 cousins at the same time. They were drug kingpins in Memphis. And she was playing, oh, she's a mess. All I gotta say is do the research on her. It's gonna blow your mind.
Yeah, listen, I'm intrigued with that whole thing. Like,
and sleeping with Steve behind his wives' backs. I believe 2 of his wives, he's married 3 times. So she was a willing side chick, didn't care, was calling the house, spoke to the wives. Marjorie didn't care. And she basically, you know, as he told the story, he couldn't do nothing with Marjorie because he was broke at the time. It wasn't until his career took off that they got back together. She said, you call me when you have some money. She won't fuck it, because he's not a handsome man.
And he had a headpiece the whole time.
Oh man, that wig is horrible. That unit or whatever you want to call it. But
yo, the man lied to me for years. That hairline was fire. It's fake.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. If this story is true about what's her name, Lauren Harvey's mother, man, like that's wild, bro. I wonder why Steve Harvey would marry her. You know what I mean? It doesn't even make any sense. Like she's dealing with 2 cousins, and my man here still put a ring on it. I mean, at the end of the day, though, you can't blame the daughter. Even though the daughter, what she's doing is not right, but who did the daughter learn it from? The mother, right? So it's always the children learning from the parents. So she doesn't know any better. So it's not entirely her fault, right? Just like a rotten apple put in a basket, it's gonna infect all the other apples, right? So at the end of the day, man, it wasn't her fault, her mother's fault. You have to always go back into the root of the problem. So the parents, that's why the parents always gotta set a good fundamental base for the children, right? If the parents are bums and not good, and you know they freeloaders, and you know they don't work, they don't do nothing, of course the children will end up like that, bro, right? It's like a seed. It's like a person that is infected with a virus and is in a room with another person. Of course they're going to infect them, right? And now here we're talking about they come from the same tree, right? Like the mother gave birth to her. Of course the daughter is going to end up like the mother, right? Unless she's separated from that environment and she is taught by somebody else who influences her to become something else, something different, right? But most of the time she was likely raised by her mother. So everything she learns is from the mother. So I mean, I don't know why people are so shocked of the decisions the daughter's making. She's just copying what her mother did.
What's the worst date you've ever been on? I went on a blind date, which I've never done before because I feel like they're never good. I got there and like, I was quite attracted to him. Like he was my type. He was a little bit shorter than me, but I thought, do you know what? Like, sometimes height's not everything. It might be fine. And we were chatting, getting on really well. Like, he was from New York actually. He was like very loud, very confident. And the place we were at for the date had like instruments. So he started to play the violin, not well. And then he started to rap his own song over him playing the violin. And I was sat there like, what the fuck is happening? It was so awkward. I think he could tell by my face that I was not impressed. This was like half an hour into the date. So I thought like it wasn't going too bad. And then because my face was a bit like, I just can't hide my reaction. He smashed it on the floor. He smashed it on the floor. The pieces went everywhere. And then he picked up his stuff and he left. And I was sat there like, what just happened? I was like, why does this guy look familiar to me? He was a Twitch streamer called Kai Cenat.
Did you guys ever talk again?
No.
You know, when I was hearing this story, bro, my eyes were like almost popping out of my head. I was like, that's ridiculous. Do men actually do this type of things? Then she mentioned Kai Cenat, and I'm like, of course, what do you expect? Dude was probably filming this whole date, and he actually was filming it. You know what I'm saying? For like the 20v1 dates he does, whatever. Bust down, bro. Plus I'm only average. Hear my old bitch average. This my first time rapping it. I might go retarded shit. Bentley coupe, I'm dashing it. Sending my money, I'm talking shit. Told them, don't you doubt the kid. Told them, don't you die. I'm with them 30 on 30 on 30. When I'm in the streets, I stay too steady. 2x2, Hellcat, go fast. Throw my full and choke on the gas. I'm only 18 with bitch. Before 18, I feel like a big boss with 6 rings or a bumblebee with 16.
Yeah, I mean, I think that deserves.
Thank you.
Yeah, a few notes.
Thank
Not
you.
as loud,
Thank
perhaps.
you. Thank you.
Going a bit softer.
No, that's how
Build
the song
up to
goes.
it.
Are you disrespecting me now? You see, this is that attitude shit I'm talking about.
I see. I think it's the accent. I think you have to do a bit slower.
But that's how the song goes. I can't rewrite the song. You feel what I'm saying?
It's a little bit more calmer.
It has to be a certain flow.
Wait, who the hell are you? You're not even a musician.
Who the hell are you? Like, you're not even a musician.
Do you play any instruments?
Do you play any instruments?
I used to play the piano. Are you a musician?
Play the violin.
No,
No. Since you know what to do and you know how to tell me stuff, play the violin. She wanna do a nigga. I don't know why you have an attitude. You look like you don't like my song.
No, I love it.
Why don't you like my song? Clap. Clap, yeah, clap. Yes.
Get annoyed and smash the violin.
I mean, a little bit of smoke came off at the end as well, so it just added to the performance.
Why do you keep telling me what?
I love it. I love it.
No, but you always tell me what to do, bro.
Yeah, I think we should just put that down.
I should put it down.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, this whole time you've been telling me, like, what to do. If I can play the violin, I've been trying to tell you I've been playing the violin. Why are you telling me what to do? I can't do this, man. I can't. I just can't. I can't. Of course, he's trying to get a reaction. That's how he does. That's how he's making money out of it, right? So she thinks she's literally going on a date with this gentleman, but my guy here comes out with, you know, cameraman and has cameras hidden, whatever, and is recording this moment. You know what I'm saying? Just for the audience. And for all of you who don't know who Kai Cenat is, he's a streamer basically. He's really huge on the online world, right? Him and Aiden Ross, right? Aiden Ross and Speed and all these guys, you know, they're Twitch, whatever, they're streamers. So of course they're like the top level. So they was streaming, man. So you can never take them serious. So I don't think she knew though. She went on a date with him and all of a sudden he pulled out a guitar, started singing, like kind of ridiculous and disrespectful if you ask me. Like, I mean, you couldn't have waited, or you couldn't have told her ahead of time, or I don't know, bro. It's weird, but that's what you get for dating these YouTubers. They're always gonna be pulling up with cameras, bro.
All right, so today we're gonna talk about the video where bro said he does not approach women and the reasons why he does not approach women. Now, if y'all seen that video, he got a lot of backlash. People were saying he was scared to approach women, or he was scared of rejection and things of that nature. Now, I don't think that's the case. I'm actually on bro's side, so I'm gonna explain why. So to me, when it comes to getting women, it's never been hard. I'm above 6 feet, I'm dark skinned, I think I'm handsome, right? And I pull a lot of women, I've gotten a lot of women. It's not a flex, but I'm just saying, I'm just not afraid of walking up on a woman. I've done it before, so it's not really a problem. But the reason why I simply just choose not to do it is because I believe it's better when a woman wants to come talk to you. Like, I feel like it's better when a woman really wants you instead of you being the man to go out of your way to go talk to her. Because you got to think about it, bro. A lot of men, especially if she's beautiful, is hitting her up on the daily and is being thirsty on the daily. So by me not being in the thirsty bunch, going out of my way, being thirsty, like these guys over here, I automatically separate myself already by not being thirsty. Now, I believe in being chose. That's what these girls do anyway. The women choose. You have to let these women choose. What they be saying? Let these hoes choose. You have to let them choose. So I believe in being chosen instead of me being the one to walk up on them being all thirsty. I don't like being in that group. Like, I'd rather be chosen than to be walking up on a woman and now I'm sitting here trying to compete with the other 10 to 15 guys that have already hit her up, or the 5 that she's already entertaining. I'd rather be chosen because it's going to work out my way much better and more smoothly simply because she chose me, right?
This is ridiculous. I mean, I get the point he's saying, right? Why he doesn't approach. Actually, I seen the original video.
Am I the only guy that will never walk up to a woman? I don't care how beautiful she is. I will never walk up to a woman, bro. It has nothing to do with anxiety or I'm nervous or I think she's better than me. Like, if a woman actually really likes you and she's seen what she likes, she will walk up to you.
And even on the original video, what the man was saying, it makes sense. but in a way it's kind of stupid, it's retarded. I mean, that's like you're waiting for money to fall from the sky, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, it doesn't matter how attractive you are or how tall you are or how whatever you have, it's like they're just not gonna come and approach you. It doesn't matter if she likes you, she's just gonna look at you, bro. She's gonna like twirl her hair, you know what I mean? She's gonna like giggle and just side-eye look at you. She ain't gonna approach you, bro. And at the end of the day, you're gonna go home empty-handed. So I mean, I would rather you go approach her, you know, get rejected or whatever, and then at least you know what it became of that, right? Because now you're always going to be wondering. Just imagine, right? Somebody, you find them attractive, you want to talk to them, but because of your own boundaries or your own set of values, you choose not to. And then now that's a moment you just wasted, right? That's a shot you could have taken. You don't know where it could have went. It could have gone to, you know, it could have developed into something better, but you don't know that. But because you yourself don't want to, right? You want to stick out like a sore thumb. But it's ridiculous, because as a man, you are supposed to take the lead. You are supposed to approach. I mean, the only thing I would argue here, and actually I'll be on your side about, is if you're doing too much. By this I mean, like, if you're trying to show her you're different, you know, you're like the knight in the shining armor and trying to do extra, right? All these monkey dancing, trying to impress her, no, man, like that's over the top. That's the thing I wouldn't do, you know what I'm saying? At the end though, approaching and taking a shot, that's the most manly thing for you to do. Because think about it, right? Like, I know a lot of these guys here, they're saying that, oh, I'm not, they're saying like, I'm not afraid, I've done it before, blah, blah, blah. So then you understand that it's just biologically, like, men are wired to approach. You know what I mean? So in the end, if you're not doing it, it's like you were in elementary, you know, when you were getting the nerves and you don't want to go approach, you don't want to go talk to him anymore. It's like, what are you going to do? Now you're just going to look and you're just going to, you know, think in your head, oh, damn, she looked bad, but I ain't going to do nothing about it. It's like, that's like, you're like a kid now, you know, you're acting like you're 14 years old. You know, a man would actually go and take his shot. Now, it doesn't matter if he gets rejected or it doesn't go well or whatever. At least he took the shot and he can just automatically erase her out of his mind after that, right? Because the next 30 seconds after he approaches her and let's say he gets rejected, next 30 seconds after won't matter. He would have probably already forgotten about her, right? Whereas you don't approach, now you spend the whole day thinking about them and what it would have became if you had taken that shot in the first place. So I mean, I don't understand this mentality. This is kind of dumb, but I mean, I also get it. I mean, nowadays the way dating is going, the way the social media era, dating apps, of course men don't want to be dating no more, don't want to be approaching, because women out there, like, the moment you approach, they're like, ew, you're a creep, you're weird, ew, like, you know, they don't have social skills, they're not used to talking to strangers, they're used to talking to their own social group. So I mean, for a lot of men, they could get discouraged from doing that, right? And especially now with dating apps, who wants to go talk to a woman on the train or a bus, whatever, when they can just go on Tinder or Bumble or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's so easy, right? Especially if you're good looking, you're 6, whatever, you don't have to put yourself out there in high pressure environments just to do an approach. You can just literally do it from the swipe of your fingers on dating apps, you know? But at the same time, I don't think that is beneficial, you know? You're just giving them attention, because if you look at dating apps, women don't even end up looking like how they do on dating apps. Those pictures are highly filtered out, and on top of that, sometimes you're going to be waiting like 2 business days for them to just respond to a question, you know what I'm saying? And girls are highly disrespectful there, because they don't care about your time, they just care about their time and attention, right? The only time they're on dating apps is if they're looking for validation, if they're bored at work, you know what I'm saying? They're looking for something to keep them preoccupied. Some of them are there with no intentions of even meeting up, right? Some of them are just there to pass time. Some are there to get more followers for their apps, for their Instagrams and whatever, social media. So it's like, you're better off approaching in real life, you know? At least there you can get your definite answer, whether it's a yes or a no, whether you get rejected or not, whether it becomes something more or not, you know what I mean? And you build your own social dynamics, man. You know, you learn how to have a proper conversation. You're not like a weird incel, and you know what I'm saying, right? Like, I think this is bullshit. I think men should still be approaching. Just don't become outcome dependent, you know? Shouldn't be worried about whether you get the rejections or not. Just do it for fun, see where it goes.
He's engaged to John after dating for 4 years. When he proposed, the ring he used was 2 sizes too big. We went to the store that he bought it from 2 weeks before proposing, and he kept the receipt. Gotten the right size and kept the same style. We did plan to have a wedding, after 3 years of planning and saving. 10 months after the proposal, John passed away in a car accident. I used the savings for the wedding to pay for his funeral. The day after the funeral, John's brother came to me asking for the ring. I asked why. His response was that the ring had been passed down their family for 5 generations. Told him that was bullshit because I have proof of the ring being bought for me less than a year ago. We argued for a bit and he then stormed out. Then I get calls from John's family saying I'm a liar and demanding the ring. Then I got a letter from their lawyer. In the letter, they also demanded that I reimburse them for the cost of John's funeral. So I got myself a lawyer, showed the proof about the ring and the fact that I paid for the funeral in court, and I won. I thought the madness was over until John's sister recently messaged me. She and her boyfriend are engaged, but haven't gotten a ring, and she wants John's ring. After I said no, she went crazy and messaging me nonstop demanding. I have blocked her over and over, but she finds a way around it. I was having brunch with my friend. My mobile was on the table. A message from sister popped up, and my friend saw it. My friend knows about everything. Before sister's first message, I explained about her messages, and friend believes I'm the asshole and I should give her the ring. She told my other friends, and they are all saying the same thing. Now I'm doubting myself. So, am I the asshole?
Yo, that's kind of weird why the whole family would come and would say that ring belonged to the family when you had the receipt, when you saw the receipt that your man bought that ring. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are they all that poor that they gotta like try and get their hands on this ring or what? It doesn't even make any sense. It's such a weird thing. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have thought this would be a true story, but I guess it is, right? Like, literally, they're fighting to have that ring back. What is the importance of that ring? It must have been worth a lot of money. You know what I mean? And on top of that, it doesn't seem like they like her at all. They don't want her to have anything. Like, she was with this man before he died. So, of course, she deserves a piece of his memory, right? If that ring, I think it should be hers. But the family want to keep it for some reason. And even they send the sister over. She wants to get married, but she wants to use his ring. Why don't your husband or your husband-to-be buy you a ring? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. Such a weird thing going on with this family. But unless there's something we're not getting from your perspective, from your version of the story, unless you left some details here. But from what you've told us, this ring, he bought it. All of a sudden, they're claiming it's been passed generation to generation. Does not make any sense. It's weird. Kind of strange, you know? It reminds me of those like horror movies or whatever, you know?
We're here joined with?
Yes.
Rosie.
My name is Rosie, yes.
Okay, quick question. What would you rate me from 1 to 10?
Rate you from 1 to 10?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I've got a boyfriend. No, I've actually got a boyfriend.
What do you think of British guys? What do you think of British guys, real quick?
Cannot answer that question. I've got a boyfriend. So sorry. I love my boyfriend.
Okay. Alright, bye.
Yo, this girl get the W, bro. This is how your woman should be like in public when you're not around. You see how she didn't even entertain this, didn't even rate him, even if it's a fun game. She's not rating other dudes. She respects her man enough not to even engage in this to begin with. If it was a regular woman out there, even though they're married, they're still gonna rate the man out there. They're gonna think it's, oh, no problem, right? But you're just disrespecting your relationship if you're rating other men. Like, if you're looking at other men like that, you're disrespecting your man, even though he ain't around, even though it's like harmless, you know, you're like, oh, it's just jokes and games and whatever, you're still disrespecting him. So for her to deny this whole thing right here, oh, this is W, man. She's great.
My younger sister, 28 female, had surgery 3 years ago to reconstruct her hymen.
As in, okay. What? Wait, okay.
She was a very active fornicator in her younger years, but turned to God 4 years ago and joined a church where she met her now husband, 35, of 2 years.
Okay.
He is a kind and generous man for the most part, but he has some views I would label misogynistic.
Right.
And views me, his wife's unmarried sister of 31 years, as pitiable since I have a 5-year-old child. My sister recently received the fantastic news that she is pregnant with their first child. He is over the moon and keeps talking about his virgin queen becoming a mother, despite the fact that, of course, he and her have consummated the marriage. The thing that upsets me is that it is I who is in fact the virgin.
Have you got a kid?
The son I have of 5 years is my sister's child. When she turned to God and started to go to church, I took on the role of mother to her son. It was only supposed to be for a short time while she settled in church.
Wait, why couldn't she go to church with her child? God said come as you are.
But 4 years on from her joining, the charade is still going on. I want to break the news to her husband that my sister was not only not a virgin when they married, but that she has a 5-year-old son who currently calls them auntie and uncle. Am I the asshole?
Damn, man. Oh my goodness. So this guy, literally, who gave her a baby, he does not know about her past at all. He thinks he has a golden woman right here, right? He thinks he hit the jackpot, but literally, like, he doesn't know about the past. And here's the thing about the past, guys. Past will always come to catch up with you, right? So this woman didn't tell him about her past. He eventually will find out. Doesn't matter how many years later, right? Because she has a kid. Her sister is keeping that child as pretending it's hers. But eventually, don't you think the sister would get fed up? Don't you think it would be like, okay, have your child. I'm so done taking care of him, you know? This is your kid. This is not my kid. Like, don't you think? Right? So eventually the dude's gonna find out later on, you know, and I bet you he's gonna be pretty pissed off because right now automatically he's already pedestalizing his woman. He thinks he knows her better, you know, and he's already bashing the sister. Meanwhile, the sister is the good person here, the one who hasn't done anything, and this woman is the one who's done it all. So it's like, wow, I'm keen to see how the end results of this, right? How he's gonna respond once he finds out the truth, because I think it's gonna get ugly. Now, especially since he gave her a baby already, now she's having his child. So imagine once he find out. Oof.
So we all remember the Jasmine and Brawadis situation. Well, I got an update, and this just happened today, and I'm going to go into it. This is crazy. So if you guys didn't know, Brawadis, a.k.a. Brandon, my boy, his girlfriend, Jasmine, well, his ex-girlfriend actually cheated on him. How she did that was she was actually going to her mother's house, and she was actually hooking up with her ex, which is actually wild to me because her sister and her mom knew and didn't tell Brandon. And Brandon literally, have his house open to his sister. His sister literally had, or her sister literally had a spare bedroom in his house, and he treated them good. He treated her family good, but they was hiding this behind Brandon's back. But watch this. So Jasmine actually undeactivated her Instagram account. Look at this.
So she deleted her whole IG. But you know what? You guys are dumb. I don't mean to say that in a bad way, but a lot of people are like, oh, she took down her IG because she was getting hate. No, listen to me. I know this girl more than anyone on this world. I know her like the back of my hand. She didn't delete her IG because she was getting hate. Look at what a clout chaser girl this is and how strategic she is. Once I went on live and started exposing her, she started losing followers. She started losing a lot of followers. So you know what she did? She deactivated her account because you can't lose followers if people don't see it. And then when all this boils down in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, she's going to put her account back up and her followers are still going to remain fucking sick.
Well, he's really smart because his prediction is true. Her account is literally up and all of her social media is up right now. Like he said, when this all boils down and stuff like that, she's going to undeactivate her account so she doesn't lose followers. He was right. He was right. So yeah, man, this is crazy. What he said is literally true.
Yo, this is what happens when you guys are dating those clout-seeking women, man. You know, they're in it for the clout, especially if you have clout, right? And they come in with you, you know, they're in it for that Instagram life, right? They value too much about Instagram and followers rather than their own relationship. So, I mean, what he said here was really true, right? She deactivated the account just not to lose followers, and now, boom, she reactivated again. So, I mean, it's kind of obvious. Girls would rather... they would rather save their Instagram than save their marriages and relationships. That's how much they care about the online world. Like, imagine if Instagram was to shut down, or if the internet was to go down, right, for like a year, imagine how many people would be like, they'll be so depressed, bro, and crying and losing themselves, right? Because their whole life is built off the internet, right? So I mean, it's kind of sad how it's coming to be. People don't really care about relationship. Like, the first things first is like, relationship is going downhill, they're like, oh, I don't care. But when Instagram and losing followers going downhill, all of a sudden, oh, hell's loose, right? They got to do what they can to save that. So it's kind of sad how it's coming to be, right? It's this time and age of dating, relationship, marriage, internet, social media is ruining relationship. That's why men don't want to be dating. They don't want to be serious with this woman, right? And I feel sad for this guy because he did everything for her, and at the end, to do him this dirty. And on top of that, instead of even apologizing, she's going to save her Instagram first. Damn, it's crazy, man. Bad news, guys. Yeah, let me know what you all think. That's the video. Make sure to click the like button, subscribe. Easy.